Hello and good morning, everybody. It's 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard here in New York. Today is May 3rd. Here is the technical analysis for today's watch list stocks. LQMT continues to remain on my watch list. This is a real company, and like any real company, they have their fair share of problems, especially since it's under $5. However, they do have a deal with Apple as well as Swatch, and I believe that in the future we're going to see this stock trade considerably higher. Just the same, it needs a catalyst to start moving back up. We can see a hammer candle here, but the liquidity just does not support entry at this point. I'll continue to watch. I think it may base here at 42 or possibly even lower at 35 cents before it turns back up. Of course, it could continue to go lower past those supports if it doesn't bring in a catalyst. You can see the last catalyst was here. I believe this was rumor of what Apple would use their technology for, and you can see what it did to the stock, moving it from 60 up to 90. So really good potential in this one if and when Apple does disclose what they'll use liquid metal for. If we go back further to a 1-year chart, you can see the big move up and through here, and this is basically what I'm looking for. Okay, I'd like to make some serious money on this one if I can time the move. How do you know a move like this is coming? Well, see this run up right here? That tells you that somebody knows what's going on. Nobody's willing to sell shares. People are accumulating, and it's driving the price up. So that's the pattern we'll look for. It had a pattern like that right here, and it continued to move up with a nice pop, another nice pop, and now it's in a down cycle right now where there's very little volume, very little buying. You can see support from before the move is right here around 30 cents, so that's where I hope it'll come down to. And then at that point in time, what I'm looking for hopefully is a catalyst, some sort of press release, or again, a little bit of run up that would lead me to believe something's coming up with the company. So that's why LQMT continues to remain on my watch list. Go back to a 120-day chart, switch over to PLP. This one I've traded successfully once already. I'm looking to trade it again, but I'm going to wait to see where it bases first. I don't think this is support yet. It could definitely move again with the right type of news, and it's in the right type of sector right now. So I'm going to keep it on watch. Let's see if it pulls back to 60 cents. If it does, then I'll look for a catalyst to possibly trade it. It's got a decent following on the message boards. That's PLPE. USAT called this one back here. A lot of people made a lot of money on this one when it took off. I traded again right here on the ascending triangle breakout play. So 2 for 2 on USAT so far. And as you know, I sold it right up and through here before it broke the ascending triangle top line right there. Since it's pulled back on profit taking, earnings are coming up on the 10th. I'll look to play it off of the support line now, which I think should be a pretty good play moving forward. However, because it's sold hard down 2 days in a row, I'm going to evaluate it. It'll be a day-by-day judgment. We'll assess as it goes. Let's see if it holds the 260 range, if it starts to trade sideways at 260 prior to earnings, and I get the sense that it could run up prior to earnings, I'll be looking for another trade from 260 to $3. Probably going to see resistance in and around this range right here. So that's USAT. So far 2 for 2. I'd like to make it 3 for 3. LOCM. Actually, let's go with OXGN first. LOCM, we'll talk about in a minute. OXGN, very, very interesting candlestick here. This is a stock that's been on my watch list for a while. The reason I've moved it to the top today is because the candlestick is a little more bullish than normal. If we pull up a 1-minute chart and we switch over to 3 days, you'll see that toward the middle of the day, the stock consolidates sideways in around 180, and then you get a squeeze in through here, shelf, and another squeeze. Closes really, really bullish. All right, so this all happens at the end of the trading session yesterday. Leads me to believe that it could continue to squeeze this morning. Might be a momentum trade into the first part of the session. We'll see how that plays out. I'll let you know, of course, if I enter by text and email. I'm going to go back to the daily here. Here are the things that concern me about OXGN. A lot of the previous moves have been met with little continuation recently since March, here and here. But the difference is these moves closed down on the day, or not down, but they didn't close at the day's high, I should say, and then it was met with, drifting selling. Move, drifting selling. This move is different. Look how the candle closed at the high versus down lower. So let's see how this plays out. Again, the majority of the run, like I said, came in the latter part of the session here, starting at, what is that, 3 o'clock? So roughly 3 o'clock is when the push came from $1.85 to 225. So let's keep OXGN on watch today. Last but not least, my favorite. We are 2 for 2, or I am 2 for 2 on this one. First alerted it here on the run up, caught it 4 days later on the squeeze, made a good $6,000 profit. Next time around, picked it up here, held it through the dip, and grabbed more shares on the next run up and sold for another nice profit. So 2 for 2 on LLCM. This was the sell-off yesterday. After the close, I was sitting on the bid with a couple members in chat at, 360. That's where I was sitting yesterday on the close at 360, hoping to pick up shares. It dipped all the way down into this 390 area at times, so it didn't quite get to 360. I was hoping to pick up 5,000 shares right there. I didn't. It could shake out early on to the 360 range. I'll look to trade this one again. I think it still has a chance of getting picked up by a larger company at these prices. They have a good footprint, in their particular sector, and a company like Groupon.com could buy them out, no problem. So I'll watch LLCM, try and make it 3 for 3 on this one as well. But I expect this to open much lower today than this chart is showing right here. Again, it was as low as 390, I want to say, yesterday after hours. So that's today's video watch list. As always, any stock that is not on this watch list could come into play, and I will alert you by text message and email as soon as I pick up shares. Again, if you're not getting the text messages, let me know by email, and I'll give you the link. You can sign up. That way, the trades go directly to your phone as soon as they happen. That's the quickest way to pick up on the action. All right, take it easy, everybody.